Running for a distance of a half a kilometer between the Dartmouth Commons and Sullivan's Pond, the Dahlia Local Street Bikeway has undergone substantial improvements during the summer and fall of 2022. In today's video, I'll showcase the Dahlia Bikeway in both the inbound and outbound directions. As always, I'll be playing a game of +1, -2 along the way. Every time I encounter a piece of bike infrastructure or something that makes my trip safer or more convenient, I'll add a point. Every time I encounter something that makes my trip less safe or less convenient, I'll take away 2 points. You can keep track of how I think the trip is going by looking at the heads-up display in the bottom right-hand corner. For a little bit of extra fun, let's count how many signs tell road users to either go single file or to share the road. This is the Dahlia Bikeway in the outbound direction. It's easy to access through these cross rides. These painted sharrows don't do anything on their own, but I like them for bikeways because they're a good reminder of high levels of bike traffic. There's on-street parking on both sides of the street, but if I stay in the center lane, then there's not really any risk of a dooring incident. Even during rush hour, there's basically no traffic on Dahlia. In the entire year that I've been riding through here, I think I've probably seen about a dozen moving cars. These speed bumps help slow down whatever cars are actually on the street though, which is nice. The widened shoulders help prevent aggressive turns by drivers. This is a priority route for bikes, but I have to stop for car traffic 4 times in just half a kilometer. That seems kind of excessive. I know it's just paint, but I really do like that the coverage is all the way through the bikeway. The entire street was resurfaced during the summer, and this is probably now the longest stretch of paved bikeway in the entire city. It's great to roll over. It's mid to late fall right now, and so a lot of the leaves have already fallen down, but I can vouch for it during the summer and most of fall. This is just a really nice place to bike through because of all the trees. That is the last of the signs, and I am going to take away a couple points, and it's just because I think leaning so heavily on something that I think drivers tend to ignore is probably not good, and on balance, having that many of them is probably just a distraction. Okay, now let's check out the inbound direction. Once again, the cross rides make it really easy to get into the bikeway. This hill is relatively steep, but it's fairly short, so I won't take any points off. Most of the inbound direction is basically identical in content to the outbound direction, so this will be a bit of a speed run. There's a new grade-separated platform and some signage which will together prevent cars from right turning over me as I wait for a crossing opportunity. So that's great. That was the Dahlia Local Street Bikeway. It got a lot of improvements over the last year, and I think it really shows. It's probably one of the better bike infrastructure pieces I've covered so far in terms of kind of quality per distance. It's relatively short, but there's not a lot wrong with it, and vehicle traffic is basically non-existent. So if you are commuting this way, I definitely recommend it as a route. That's it for this week's video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.